everyone. My name is Estênio Ferreira, and as the title of my presentation alluded, tonight I'm going to talk about emotions, feelings, yes. So I'll be honest with you guys, I'll share something. This is not a very easy topic for me. I don't usually share my emotions, my feelings. Sometimes I even wonder if I have emotions. If I see a baby, I'm not going to smile. I don't like pictures of puppies. I don't care about Valentine's Day. However, tonight I'm going to share my experience watching a theater play that showed me maybe I do have a heart. I felt something over there. The objective of this presentation is to inspire you guys to go watch either this play or other plays to have the same feeling as I have. So I hope that by sharing the emotions that I have experienced, it will motivate you to go that route. The title of the play is The Curious Incident of the Dog in the Night Time. I don't know if, has anybody watched it? No? Yeah, it was in the The plot of the play, it starts with an incident involving a dog and some people. It happened at night, and we follow the journey of the protagonist. He's a teenager, and he's trying to investigate what caused that particular incident. It seems pretty simple, but the twist in this play is that the protagonist suffers Asperger's syndrome. I don't know if everyone is familiar with Asperger's syndrome. I wasn't before this play. I might have heard, but I didn't know exactly what it meant. But it's a mental condition that falls in the spectrum of autism. It's characterized by three traits. The first one, the person is as intelligent as anyone else. The second trait is that they have an obsessive focus by one or more topics. For instance, trains, maps, puzzles, things like that. And the third trait is that the person really struggles with social communication, social settings. So talking to people, being in a social environment is difficult, it's painful for them. That's part of their struggles. That's the setup for the play, and with that setup, it allowed me to experience a carousel of emotions. So I felt sad in the dramatic parts. There were some heavy moments. I felt happy. There were some light-hearted, funny moments. And by the end, I felt something I struggled to define. I felt somewhat empowered. I was happy and inspired by what the protagonist was able to accomplish. So I'll go over each one of those feelings. The first one, sadness. Sadness, as you can imagine, the dramatic component was driven mainly by the social struggles with this teenager, exemplified by the relationship with the parents. So from the parents' perspective, it shows the sacrifices that the parents had to make to raise this child, and him as a teenager doesn't even realize, he throws tantrums, doesn't appreciate all that the parents have to give up to raise him. But from his perspective as well, as somebody suffering this mental condition, how can he find himself as an individual? How can he go from being a child to being a full-fledged adult and a performing person in society? Because of his challenges understanding those social cues, sometimes it can even be dangerous, as highlighted throughout the play. And this play also won lots of awards. I think it won a Tony because of the theme, but also because of the creative storytelling that they use. So they use special effects to simulate those struggles. Flashes of light, loud, distorted noises, allow the audience to feel as if they were inside the person's head. For me, it felt kind of like doing a Toastmasters presentation. So that's a good segue to the second point, the light-hearted moments of the play. Yeah, there were some tough and difficult moments, but it wasn't overly dramatic. There were plenty of funny moments. They mostly happened, the comic relief. The main character had a neighbor. She was an elderly lady that, as the stereotype goes, she was very nosy around people and very gossipy. There were some funny dialogues there. Regarding the main character himself, because of his condition, sometimes he would make off-putting but honest statements that overall were funny. So if you guys are familiar with the Big Bang Theory, there's a character Sheldon, something like that. And the third emotion that I felt was inspiration. So throughout this whole journey that they take us, it's kind of like a coming of age story. You get to experience what it feels like for an individual to truly find himself, who he truly is meant to be. And he realizes that the world is not full of, it's not only rainbows and sunshine. In the end of the day, your heroes, the people that sometimes you look up to, they're human too. They have their flaws. And at that moment, you have two choices. You can either let that realization bring you down, make you sad, depressed, cynical about people, grumpy with life, or you can use that as a catalyst to inspire you, to help you overcome your perceived limitations and do something truly great. And the character was able to do that. So, with this whole incident, everything that he discovered, all the drama or the funny moments, he wrote a book. And this book inspired a play. So, actually, in England right now, there's a guy that has Asperger's syndrome. He lived all that experience, he wrote the book, and the book inspired the play. So full circle. And it made me realize if somebody with so many obstacles in life was able to achieve so much, what can we do? So that's the inspirational moment. In conclusion, I hope that by sharing my experiences in this play, I will inspire you to watch either this or other plays as well in order to experience catharsis. Thank you.